In blended and online learning, teachers and students heavily rely on technology. However, not all families have equal access to necessary devices, software, and internet connectivity. It is important to be aware of each student's individual circumstances and accommodate for differing levels of technology resources. One of the most significant barriers to equitable technology resources is access to strong and reliable internet. Although providing all the necessary technology resources to all students might be out of a teacher's control, it is beneficial to implement strategies that promote the most equitable learning experience possible. The most essential step to providing equitable learning experiences is establishing and maintaining strategic communication with students and their families. It is important to carefully plan how to communicate with each family regarding student access to necessary technology resources. The communication between teachers and families must be frequent since circumstances can change anytime during the school year. Providing information about free, local support for internet connectivity is another way to help families facing inequitable digital access. A list of Wi-Fi hotspots in the community can be created with details about their location and login information. Additionally, it would be beneficial to provide a list with the names of companies offering free or affordable internet to all families. Make sure to consider that these companies might have established eligibility requirements that some families cannot meet. Reminding students and families to protect their personal information against possible hotspot security threats is a must. For example, common reminders might include information about not staying permanently signed into accounts or sharing access to personal and financial information. After establishing communication with students and families, it is important to create a strategic plan to accommodate differing levels of technology resources. In some cases, students begin with equivalent technology resource scenarios, but inevitably some technology issues will arise and students might be left with unequal technology resource access. Teachers need to be prepared to make accommodations, be flexible, and educate students and families about troubleshooting strategies. There will be instances in which families have unequal access to technology from the start of the school year, and it is essential to design alternative learning scenarios for students to have the most equitable learning experiences possible. Materials that will be used in online environments need to be accessible for students who cannot connect to the internet. In blended learning, when face-to-face, provide students with printable versions of the material, hard copies of textbooks and workbooks, USB drives or DVDs with video and audio media, instructions, and assignments so students can have access to them in class and at home. In online learning, when teachers are not able to meet face-to-face with students, necessary physical materials can be picked up at the school by parents or be mailed home when possible. It is vital to remember that not all parents or families can regularly travel to their child's school to pick up materials. It is important to plan strategies to make up for student absences during synchronous sessions when they are not able to participate due to internet issues. Unreliable internet during synchronous calls is often the culprit, and turning off the video feed or joining the session through audio calls might help the live session run more smoothly. Asynchronous activities with flexible deadlines and recorded videos might be the best alternative for students who have difficulty joining synchronous sessions. The use of offline features through productivity platforms, such as Google Workspace and Microsoft Office 365, is a viable option for students who have a school-issued device but limited internet access. Additionally, it is important to remember that students who use school devices might not have permission to download or update the software by themselves, so it is important for teachers to work with the school's technical support staff to solve these problems or change the selected software and provide other types of accommodations. Additionally, Wi-Fi hotspots can be very helpful for students and families with unreliable internet connectivity, but it is necessary to remember that they are not always well suited for streaming online activities such as regularly scheduled video conferencing calls. Teachers need to be mindful of these limitations and not rely on hotspots, but rather identify them as secondary alternatives to a lack of Wi-Fi access. Inequity of technology access among students raises several challenges for implementing blended and online learning. Being flexible is the key to overcoming these challenges. Building a strategic communication plan can help teachers create the most equitable learning experiences possible. Additional resources on accommodating for differing levels of technology resources are available on this webpage. Resources include a printable summary, related examples, articles, blogs, infographics, and videos, and links to other related blended and online teaching hub topics.